Amoka stood alone under the mango tree, holding her book tightly. Tears rolled down her cheeks. She had only tried to be kind, but instead she was shamed in front of everyone. After that day under the mango tree, things changed in Rita's mansion. Her daughter was no longer the same. She did not smile the way she used to. She did not laugh the way she laughed with Amoka. She sat quietly in her big room, hugging her doll. The toys that once made her happy now looked boring. When the housemaids brought food, she only touched it with her spoon. "Baby girl, eat now," one of them begged softly. "I'm not hungry," the girl whispered. She missed Amoka. She missed the way Amoka clapped for her when she said her letters right. She missed the songs Amoka taught her under the mango tree. She missed the sound of the other children laughing together. In the mansion, everything was big and shiny, but it was also empty. Nobody had time to play with her. The housemaids were always busy, and they were afraid of Madame Rita. The security men only saluted her from far away. One evening, the little girl sat by the window again. She looked outside and saw the neighborhood children playing 10-10 and rolling tires on the street. Amoka was there too, holding her small chalkboard and teaching them a song. The sound of their laughter reached her ears. Her eyes filled with tears. She whispered, "I want to be there. I want Amoka." But she could not go. She remembered how her mother shouted and slapped Amoka. Fear filled her small heart. Inside the house, Rita did not notice her daughter's sadness. Rita was busy as usual. One day she was going to Abuja. Another day she was in London. If she was home, she was on the phone, boasting to her friends. "Oh, my daughter is doing well," Rita would say proudly. "She has the best teachers money can buy. She is learning fast, faster than all your children. In fact, she will soon speak French and Chinese." Her friends clapped and said, "Wow, Madame Rita, you are too much." But inside the house, the truth was different. Her daughter was not happy, and the best teacher she ever had, Amoka, had been chased away. The neighbors too were not happy about what they had seen that day. They whispered among themselves, "Why did Madame Rita disgrace that poor girl like that? Amoka was only helping. That slap was too much. But who will challenge Rita? She is too powerful." So they kept quiet, but they pitied Amoka and the little girl. And Amoka? She no longer went close to the mansion. Whenever she saw Rita's jeep pass, she quickly carried her book and hid. Her cheeks still remembered the slap, but her heart hurt even more. She had only wanted to be kind, yet she was treated like dirt. Some weeks later, Rita was invited to a big party in Victoria Island. All her rich friends were there. The hall was decorated with golden lights. Music was playing, and waiters moved around carrying trays of food and drinks. Rita entered the hall wearing a long red gown that sparkled. She wore gold earrings that touched her shoulders and carried a shiny handbag. As usual, people turned their heads when she walked in. "Madame Rita," they called. "Billionaire woman," some shouted. Rita lifted her chin high and smiled proudly. She liked when everybody noticed her. She walked to the front table where her friends were sitting. Soon, the women began to talk about their children. One friend said, "My son now has a piano teacher from America." Another added, "My daughter just returned from summer school in London." Rita laughed loudly and raised her glass. "All of you are trying, but none of your children can compare with mine. My daughter has the best tutors money can buy. She is learning so fast, faster than all of them. By next year, she will be speaking French and Chinese." The women clapped their hands. "Wow, Madame Rita, you are too much." Just then, one of the women smiled and said, "Since you brag so much, let us hear your daughter. Where is she? Bring her here. Let her show us what she has learned. Rita was happy. She thought it would be a good time to show off. She called her driver and told him to bring her daughter from the mansion to the party hall. Not long after, the little girl entered. She wore a neat white dress and small black shoes. Everyone clapped for her. Rita held her hand and said proudly, "My daughter, show these women how clever you are. Read for them. Tell them what your tutors have taught you." The girl looked around nervously. Then she reached into her pocket and pulled out a small old book. It was the same torn book Amoka had once given her. She opened it, smiled, and began to read loudly. A, B, C, D, she read. Then she added the little rhyme Amoka had taught her under the mango tree. The hall became quiet. The women looked at one another. They knew that was not the sound of an expensive tutor. That was the simple style of a poor teacher. One of them whispered, "Wait, is this not the street girl Amoka's teaching?" Another laughed softly. So this billionaire's daughter was taught by a poor girl under a tree. Rita's face turned red. Her smile froze. She felt sweat on her forehead. Her proud words about the best tutors now looked like a lie. The women at the table covered their mouths, some hiding laughter. Rita quickly grabbed her daughter's hand and sat her down. She forced a fake laugh and tried to change the topic, but the shame was already there. That night, when Rita returned home, she sat alone in her big living room. For the first time, she could not sleep. The voice of her daughter reading from Amoka's small book echoed in her head. The whispers of her friends at the party stung her heart. She realized the truth. It was not the expensive tutors who had helped her daughter. It was not her money. It was that poor girl, Amoka, who had given her daughter something money could not buy: time, care, and kindness. The next morning, Rita called her driver. "Take me to the mango tree," she said softly. The driver was shocked, but he obeyed. When they reached the tree, Rita stepped out. The children were already there, sitting on the sand, and Amoka was in front of them, holding her small chalkboard. When the children saw Rita's big jeep, they became silent. Some of them ran away, afraid. Amoka stood still, her hands shaking. She remembered the slap and the harsh words. Rita walked slowly toward her. For once, she was not raising her head high. Her voice was quiet. "Amoka," she said. "I came to say sorry. I treated you badly. I insulted you in front of everybody. But now I know the truth. You gave my daughter something I could not give her: love, patience, and friendship. Please, forgive me." Amoka's eyes filled with tears. She had never expected Madame Rita to speak that way. Rita continued, "From today, I will not stop you from teaching my daughter. In fact, I want to help you. You have a gift. You are a teacher, and teachers are more valuable than gold. I will support you so you can teach more children." The neighbors who were watching from far away gasped. They could not believe their ears. Rita, the proud billionaire, was humbling herself before a poor girl. Amoka smiled softly. "I forgive you, madam," she said. Rita's daughter ran out of the jeep and hugged Amoka tightly. Her face was bright with joy again. From that day, things changed. Rita no longer bragged the way she used to. She learned to respect people, both rich and poor. She even started helping the neighborhood children, buying them books and uniforms so they could learn better with Amoka. And Amoka, she became known not just as a poor girl, but as a teacher with a big heart. Everybody in the street respected her. Rita finally understood that money can buy many things, but not kindness, wisdom, or true friendship. From this story, pride can blind us, but humility opens our eyes. True wealth is not in cars, houses, or gold. True wealth is in kindness, respect, and love for others. Every human being has value, rich or poor. Never look down on anyone because of their clothes, their house, or their background. Treat people with respect. What you despise today may be what you need tomorrow. If this story touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Like, comment, share, and subscribe so that more people can learn this lesson of true humanity.